sports can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tariff Tuesday, March 4th. Welcome to the show. We're going to have a great day here of sports betting. We've got NBA, NHL, college basketball, including conference tournaments, of course, today. That's what we're going to preview. Conference tournaments, leave those other conferences behind that have already decided their titles or have some games left. We've got to talk elimination games today from college basketball. We got about 10 of them to talk about. Maybe we'll throw in a few others. How'd you do yesterday on the sports betting card? Thank you for joining me here on the show on this day here. And, let's take a look at some of the folks joining us here in the chat to get things started. We'll talk a little sports betting here on our Tuesday show. Let's go to the friends joining us. Who was here first? It was Nuke. He's got the keys. I have to think Nuke probably has that key ring or walking around there around the plant, and he's got him here for the show. So thank you, Nuke, for that. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. There he is, and Joe W's here. Thomas is back today. Thank you, Thomas. We weren't worried at all, were we, gang? Toucan here today as well. Nick Candy ready to go, and also Toucan's ready to go too. Here, I'm full of predictions. Toucan could. At the joint session of U.S. Congress, could the president announce tonight that the United States intends to leave NATO? I got predictions on anything here. Jermaine's here today. And thanks, everybody. We'll get started here in just a second. I already got a couple dozen of you in here. And, I'm trying to fire up the old tweet deck over here in case something happens as we get ready for our card today. So how'd you do last night? Let me go over some of the coverage here from last night's action. We did find some winners on the card yesterday in the NBA, as we had a premium pick winner with the Warriors and the Hornets game to go under. We also had a premium pick winner, Washington and Miami game to go under. Had some winners here on the show as well, but one we didn't come through was yesterday in that game with the Wizards and the Heat. I think that was our Team Steam consensus play yesterday anyway, with Miami drubbing Washington, but we did have some winners here also on the show. With Team Steam consensus had that double winner, Houston Rockets and the over. How about that? That might have been a first yesterday, as Team Steam came through with a double winner the way I saw it. I also had a premium pick winner here, or a show winner with the Kings and the Mavericks game to go under. All right, let's see what else we have in the T. Moss is here and Robert's here, so we're just about set to go. NHL. Also, Team Steam consensus winner. You guys had the Washington Capitals over the Ottawa Senators yesterday as a favorite. Great call by Team Steam. Also, I had show winner here with the New York Rangers over the Islanders yesterday. We also had a show winner here with the Buffalo Sabres and the Canadiens to go over. You guys had the Canadiens, so did Mikey Money, I think, on pre-gaming as well. Rolled with the team's team consensus yesterday. Montreal Canadiens at home against Buffalo. And late night, we had the Blackhawks, around late night, late game anyways, we had the Blackhawks crushing the Kings, which go on the puck line, but they crushed them, no doubt. Blackhawks crush the Kings there yesterday. College basketball definitely brought home a few with Wichita State over North Texas. We took them plus the points there yesterday. Wichita got the money. We also had action here from the Big Sky. We did have Weber State on the show yesterday. We also had UCLA getting it done there, finding the money on the show yesterday to cover that spread by a point with that. They kind of let it go, let Northwestern come back. They still ended up getting the money. Did have a premium pick winners in college basketball, McNeese State and Stephen F. Austin game to go over. And some other show winners yesterday as well. We had Jacksonville over Eastern Kentucky, and we also had Queens College and Florida Gulf Coast game to go under, and we had Lipscomb over Central Arkansas in that blowout, but a little bit tough sledding again in college. So let's see what we can do. Get at it today with a good, exciting card. Well, I got to just stop one moment and honor the man here in the chat. Congratulations to my friend Solo with a perfect performance yesterday. This man was 9-0, documented here today. Solo, just great picking there yesterday with your documented day with me over there. Awesome performance. 9-0 documented here yesterday. Solo, great job. Wow, that was impressive. College Station here today as well. And Nuke talking about the game there yesterday with those Sharkies. And also, Joe T is here and Old E here as well. All right, and we'll get started, almost ready to go here. Got just about enough in here to get things going. Still want to make sure we don't miss anything here. Bear with me a moment. All right. And let's go to my commercial here, and we'll get started with the show. Hey, you can get picks from me today, my Sports Money premium picks right here when you subscribe at winnable.com/Ramon. I've got a free subscription package over there with my peripheral selections in sports, such as baseball, college baseball, women's college basketball, women's professional basketball unrivaled, and other sports. So join me over at winnable.com with my free subscription package. There's also some paywall selections there. If you want to get a steady stream of selections direct to your phone, you can subscribe over at winnable.com for $19.95 a month. Use the promo code STEAM, and it comes out to about 50 cents a day. Or you can get individual day packages for $4, $8 a week, and the such. And I really do appreciate it. That's what brings me to this channel and keeps me here on the Sports Money Network. So if you'd like to support me here on this channel, this is the best way to do it. This show is my business, if you know what I mean. I love coming here every morning, getting all fired up and seeing if I can get some people to come hang out with me and make some picks here in the chat and let me know what everybody's thinking on the sports betting card. Helps me out a lot, helps me keep my thoughts clean and square as I try to, I don't mean square, but as I try to navigate the sports betting board with you every day. We got a massive card today, but we're going to leave a lot of those games alone in college basketball and talk about games where teams can be eliminated. Some of these teams we maybe haven't even mentioned on the show this year, even though we probably dive down into some of those conferences way more than those other shows do. All right, let's see what else is here. Appreciate that, everybody, checking me out here on the show today. All right, get in position here and get everything going. We'll just show that address here real quick and the promo code STEAM. All right, appreciate everybody. We got no time to waste here now. We've got enough in here to get rolling with our show with a massive slate of pro and college basketball and NHL hockey. I don't know how we're going to finish it in any regular time, so we'll go rather briskly here today.
Final.
Started off with the NBA with the Rockets taking on the Pacers. Here in this one, you've got the Pacers favored currently by 4, and the total 231.5. I think we can call it 3.5 here right now. Move to the Rockets and the over here. It looks like maybe even a half a point move to the Rockets, and the total move on the total here by about a 1.5 to the over since I put in that line, but maybe even a little bit higher than that, 0.2 or 3 here at some of the books with the Rockets and the Pacers today. So let's check it out. Definitely have two teams that are kind of performing pretty well accordance to expectations here this season. You've got Rockets here, though. They've struggled in this series over the last several years. In fact, Indiana's won 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams overall. Indiana comes in having won 5 of their last 7 games overall. Coming into this one, see you guys already filling in the chat a little bit. Let me go to some of those plays here. Trying to call up the injuries here real quick. See how we're looking today. A lot of those information coming in. Sengun is questionable. Eason questionable here for the Rockets. And then Thompson questionable. And Fred is questionable as well. Fred may make this lineup. It feels like today. We know how important that is to some people. For the Pacers, Mathurin, he's still doubtful here in this one. The Rockets come in having lost 2 straight games to OKC and to Sacramento, although they did cover that money against OKC, getting 14.5 and an 11-point loss. For the Pacers here, they did win last time out, blew out Chicago 127 to 112, but they are alternating wins and losses here right now every other game, it feels like at this point. Go to the chat here and see what you have on this Tuesday with Houston and Indiana. Houston's gone over in 10 of their last 13 games on the road. Even though Indiana's dominated, Houston has covered 4 of the last 6 meetings here in Indiana between these two teams, but Indiana won 4 of the last 5 here at home against them. So usually it's been Pacers favored in the game, but Houston's gotten the money a few times over the last couple of years. Teams meet just twice a year, of course. Okay, here we go. I think I'm all caught up here a little bit. Did have some moves coming in, college basketball. Get to those also in a few moments. We'll kind of preempt the NBA coverage with enough college basketball games to keep us busy. Okay, here we go. Pacers and over for Thomas. Here's Rockets on the spread for Fernando Cash Kane. He's on the Rockets here, and so is Bobby Mack. He's on the Rockets. Thomas has seen enough. here. He says you've got Fernando, you've got Cash Kane, you've got Bobby Mack on the Rockets. Even though Thomas was on the Pacers, a 3-1 advantage here, he concedes, and the Rockets are a consensus play today from you guys. Wow, to start us off. All right, 3-1. That sounds like a dominating. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm going to probably have to move to the total here, possibly in this one with Houston and Indiana. And maybe, like I said, with Fred, maybe got to wait for Fred in there to see what he's up to, see if he'll play in the game. Whoops. I don't know what that means, Thomas. Here we go. I was trying to show Sophie's comment. And, he can see. To be fair, Thomas uses voice dictation on his phone. He is not conceived. Oh, Thomas is going to kill me now when I see him. All right. Zoe says grab the Rockets early, maybe in that one. First quarter or first half. All right. All right. Anyway, let me gravitate to the total here in this one. I'm going to look for this game to go over tonight. I want to see Fred in there if this one is going to go over. But for me, you've got the Rockets here, 19-12 to the over on the road. The Pacers, they do trend a little bit over at home, 16-12 to the over overall. But the Rockets even more so of late. They have gone over in 5 of their last 7 on the road and 10 of their last 13 on the road. I'm going to take over. It's already going up here today, so not getting the best of it, but I've got the over here with the Rockets and the Pacers. All right. I want to say hello and welcome to Aubrey Travis in the chat joining us today. He's got green here, 25 plus points. Thank you, Aubrey. Great to have you here. Looks like an award-winning brew in the with the avatar there. All right, let's move on. Next up, the Raptors taking on the Magic. In this one, you've got the Magic favored at home over the Raptors by 7. The total here, 209 for the most part. And man, we always know these Raptors games have these low totals, don't we? Raptors come in with a 3-game losing streak right now. They lost to Toronto, Golden State, and Cleveland and didn't cover as underdogs in 2 of those games to Golden State and Cleveland, as Orlando was on the short end. Orlando is 20-15 against the spread, however, as a favorite. But Toronto, we know how good they can be against the number. They are 30-21 against the spread as an underdog. They're also 16-12 against the spread on the road. Now, for these two teams, now we talk about Orlando and all of their unders this season, right? Orlando, 11-21 to the under at home, 11-24 to the under as a favorite. They're totally going under here of late as well. And Toronto is 12-17 to the under on the road. They are 29-25 to the over as a dog, but just in general right now, man, Orlando, current run 4 of their last 5 under, 7 of their last 8 under, 11 of their last 14 under. But to top it all off, the fact that we know that Orlando goes under in all these games very steadily right now, and they always have the total here right around this number. But it's the season series between these two teams, regular, fairly regular opponents, right? Several times per season. Well, 5 straight meetings between the two teams have gone under, and 15 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams in Orlando have gone under. That's a 10-year sample size. So there's definitely plenty of roster turnover there. I don't. I'm more interested in the short term of that trend, but just to make a point uh, there. But like I said, 5 straight have gone under as well. Let's go to the chat. That might be too easy for me. For me, I don't know if it's you know, a premium play, maybe a premium play. I don't know, but let's go to the chat. I feel like I want to go with the spread anyways in this one. So see what you got here. Tariff Tuesday. I like the Tariff Tuesday. All right. Toronto and under here for Thomas. Orlando and under for Robert James Parm. Good morning. And Zoe says, yeah, definitely Orlando. All these games, all the unders here in this series. So, all right, for me, I'm going to end up here on the Orlando Magic. I'm taking the Magic tonight to get this money against Toronto, despite the fact that maybe Toronto's cover numbers overall are superior. Still, Orlando has done an okay job at home. And I'll take the Magic here and lay some points. It feels a little bit dangerous, but I might be in the minority here. But not much from you guys here. We got 1-1. All right. Got 75 of you in here, so let's keep it going right now with the Warriors taking on the Knicks here in this one. You got the Knicks favored by 4.5. The total, says 231 there, but that's not the case anymore. This one has been steadily going back down here a little bit. Right now, the total 228 in this one. Some widely reported steam came in here on the under in the matchup between the Warriors and the Knicks here tonight. Oops, where's the graphic? There we go. And let's take a look here at this one. You guys get your plays ready here. But we know the Warriors played last night. So to me, the Warriors feel like one of the, at this point, to me, the Warriors feel like the team could be affected more with the back-to-back, especially coming off the relatively easy victory over the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, I tried to go with the Hornets on the show pick yesterday. Yeah, what was I thinking on that one? I mean, Warriors were certainly going to be fine in that matchup to get an easy victory by nearly 20 points. So now they've got to take on the Knicks, come in here a little bit hot for sure with this 3-game winning streak here right now. The Warriors have done well on this trip, but man, is the fatigue going to be settling in? I mean, after all, they did lose to the Sixers as well on this trip, and the Knicks certainly pose a tough threat in this game. The Knicks, even though they've won 3 straight, they did fail to cover the spread as a favorite against Miami and against Philadelphia. But still, the Warriors. Now, look, I mean, we know that Steph can be a big game guy, and you got, Butler can definitely heat up here, and they could match. Now, Steph's on the injured list with an ankle injury, but I have a feeling he'll make the lineup. Cat is also questionable in this game. So there's some big question marks here. The typical NBA, everyone's going to be all up in arms. We can't bet on these games. Well, maybe you guys should just go find some other sports to bet on. All right. Just kidding, Nuke. We're trying the best we can here early on. And I'm going to make a prediction on this game for sure, probably on the total here. But let's see what you guys have between the Warriors and the Knicks today in this one. Without our crystal ball anyway, right? Golden State's defeated the Knicks in 9 of the last 10 meetings here in New York. So it's always been a place the Warriors have enjoyed here. But they're just, they're getting older. Had the game last night. The Knicks are definitely playing well. Golden State's covered 6 of their last 7 games overall, but the Knicks have gone 4-1 straight up at home in the last 5, and also gone 13-4 in the last 17 games at home. So, man, we're getting some great steam in college basketball here in just a moment. Also, the Knicks have not been covering the spread very well at all here of late. Just 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. 1-4 against the spread in their last 5, and Golden State's getting the money big, uh, big time here right now. 8-3 in their last 11 games against the spread. So can they bounce? Can they come right back and win one back-to-back games on the road? Good test here for the Cappers. It feels like today. Here's Knicks and under for Thomas. Zoe's on the Knicks. Robert's on the Knicks. And hello to Terrell. He had Queens, he had Wichita, and he had UCLA absolutely free. Absolutely free. And Thomas says, what do we know about the Knicks injuries here? Well, I think that's pretty much it. Just Cat. I think Cat's the only guy we're really looking about there. All right, Trappist says, take Aubrey. Thank you today. Great derivative picks here with Knicks all 4 quarters, -1.5. Fernando liking the over here, and Thomas says the Knicks on the money line is a consensus play here. Wow. Okay. Well, if we're going to go to the money line for a consensus play, I'll just move to the total. Boy, let's get to some of this college steam. Let me make my pick here on this one and then get to it because, man, there's some games moving in college basketball right now. I want to tell you about it. All right, give me the under here in this one. I feel like the sharps are all over the under here, and I've got the under as well. Nixon over here for Jerry. Philly Eagle Flyer, good morning, and ready, Samedi. All right, here we go with some college moves here. Oops. Let me rattle off some college moves here. Just came in, Iowa State. Taking our first steam move here. This one's the freshest, so this one still could be on the move right now. Iowa State was an 8.5 point favorite against BYU tonight, and now they're up to 9.5 here right now. Iowa State taking the steam here to get us going on the morning steam show. Also, moments ago, it was Oregon taking the steam against Indiana at home in Eugene. They were a 6-point favorite tonight over Indiana, and now that one's up to 7 here for the most part everywhere. 1-point move on Oregon. Also, Villanova took the steam in their game tonight. Villanova against Georgetown on the road. They were a 4-point favorite, but now they're a 5-point favorite. Villanova on the road, taking the steam here, 5.5 now at DraftKings. Villanova taking the steam here on the morning steam show. Also, the ones we kind of get a little stale here, might be 5 or 10 minutes old. Oh no, let's get this one right now coming out here. Steam right this second with Vanderbilt in their game against Arkansas. We're seeing Vanderbilt here on the move right now. Vanderbilt was a 6.5 point favorite, but right now Vanderbilt moving higher here as we speak. They're to 7.5 in their game against Arkansas tonight. Now, here's some of those little bit older moves here. Wisconsin Green Bay took the steam. Yeah, Wisconsin Green Bay. Okay, let's give Wisconsin Green Bay just this much credit. They've played actually this much better than they have all season, but that's about it. But they took the steam here at 11 or so in their tournament matchup. They were getting 11.5 in their tournament matchup against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, and right now we're seeing that one. Like I said, it's a little bit older here at this point. We have seen that one move here to Wisconsin Green Bay now getting even as low as 10 at some books here. So the move has been on Wisconsin Green Bay in their matchup with Oakland. Right now, UNLV is on the move in their matchup with San Diego State. UNLV was getting 3 points from San Diego State tonight here in Las Vegas, but this one's on the move, and it's already moved to 2. Right now, at some books, this one is on the move. UNLV taking live steam here on the Morning Steam Show, down to 2 here at Bet Online, 2.5 at DraftKings, 2.5 at Circa. This one's on the move. The Sharps appear to be taking UNLV this morning over San Diego State. Also, a couple more here. Miami of Ohio and Buffalo. We heard some steam to the over. It was 153. We're up to 155.5. Miami of Ohio and Buffalo. Steam to the over in that one. West Virginia and Utah. Steam to the under here, of course. Why wouldn't there be steam to the under here with West Virginia and Utah? These two teams produce a few unders for sure this season. It was 137, but we're down here to 136 right now with West Virginia and Utah. It's lower than that. It didn't stop. It went all the way down to 135.5, so another half a point there. West Virginia and Utah steam to the under 1.5 or so there. All right.
Steam play.
Right now, here comes some more steam. In the horizon, Wright State was minus 8.5. Wright State's moving up more now. They're getting steamed in their matchup against IU Indianapolis. Wright State is moving here right now to 9.5. 9.5 in their matchup. Wright State over IU Indianapolis just took the steam right now on the Morning Steam Show. Also, Detroit and Northern Kentucky, steam to the over was 139, went up to 140.5. Detroit and Northern Kentucky. That one's a little bit old, but just want to pass that one along. Also, Georgia took some steam as we were coming on the air against South Carolina. Georgia ends up here now a pick'em, even a 1-point favorite at DraftKings. Maybe it's juiced to South Carolina, but the move was on Georgia this morning in that matchup. All right, let's go back to the NBA right now and keep the action going here with the Bucks and the Hawks. And in this one, you've got the Bucks on the road, 5.5. The total here, 243. In this one, that's got to be kind of old. I'm showing the Bucks are up to 7 right now in this one, and the total now up to down to 240.5 on some widely reported steam. So feels like a pretty significant move here right now to the under. This one was as high as 243, now down to 240.5, and the move clearly on the Bucks here from 5.5 to 7. Take a look at some of the numbers here in this matchup between Milwaukee and Atlanta. Milwaukee comes in pretty hot, having won 6 of their last 7 games. Coming into this one, they've also gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road. So Milwaukee in a pretty good run here, covering spreads as well. Beat Dallas, got the number as a 3-point favorite on the road. They beat Denver at home as a 3-point dog, and in a little bit of a good groove right now. They haven't been a good favorite this season on the road, but they are just 12-18 against the spread on the road this season. For Atlanta, they are still 23-17 as an underdog, despite against the spread, despite also a 12-16 record against the spread at home. For Atlanta, they've gone over in 4 of their last 5 games, but this series has gone under in 9 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams at Atlanta. And obviously a pretty stiff move here to the under today in this matchup. Let's go to the chat and see what you have. Milwaukee in a good run here at this point. Atlanta's been going over, though, of late. 4 of their last 5 overall and 5 of their last 7 over. Here we go. Bucks and Hawks in the chat. And Thomas was rolling off a few plays there as we were talking about some of those moves in college basketball. Thank you, Thomas. Some good college basketball discussion as I talked about some of those games. All right, here we go. Thomas comes in with the Bucks and the over here in this one. Aubrey says the Bucks will smash. Jerry says you got to take the Hawks here. That's just too many points to trust these Bucks. You see that kind of move, you got to kind of wonder if there's been, some personnel issue here in the game. But Giannis is probable here in this one. Connaughton is out for the Bucks. The Hawks have a relatively clean injury in this game. Fernando's leaning to the under. But Terrell says the Bucks have been doing a good job defensively since Middleton left. Cash Kane likes the Bucks on the money line and the over there. And wow, Thomas says all these Bucks coming in here. Consensus play Bucks money line here. You guys are on the money line in this one. Cash Kane took the money line. All right. Bucks money line. Also some steam coming in right now. Just got to pass it along here, but I'll preempt it with Purdue. Purdue is taking some steam here right now as a favorite. They were minus 10.5, but this one's going even higher right now with Purdue taking that steam against Rutgers. It was 10.5 up to 11.5 right now. Purdue getting steamed against Rutgers. And Zoe says the Hawks, don't forget, played last night. So that's got to be a little bit of, of an issue here for the Hawks. They played on the road against the Grizzlies, and we're seeing right now the back-to-backers are having some problems when they are going up against a rested team, it feels like right now. All right, well, you guys went to the consensus, so I'm going to play the total, and I'm going to go under here in this one with the Bucks and the Hawks. Give me the under. No value there with that already that 3-point move. All right, we got more steam right now. Man, we're cooking. Tulsa, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane taking that steam here right now. Tulsa tonight, they were a 1.5-point favorite against Temple. Now they're a 2.5-point favorite, taking that steam. Tulsa tonight against Temple. How about it? 1.5, clearly up to 2.5 at DraftKings right now, and also at Circa. So Tulsa on the move there. Let's keep it going right now in the NBA with the Cavaliers taking on the Bulls in this one. Cavs laying double digits, 12 right now, 13 total, 244.5. The Cavs appear to be taking the move here this morning, up to 13 or so. There we go. For the Cavs here, they've beaten Chicago in 9 of the last 11 meetings. Overall, the Cavs have won 14 of their last 15 games coming in. They've also gone 6-1-1 against the spread in their last 8 games. Overall, Chicago's been covering numbers too. However, Chicago 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall, despite just alternating wins and losses in their last several games are coming in off of a loss. to Indiana, 127-112 as an 11.5-point dog. They didn't get the money there, but they were on a cover streak before that. And right now, this total is being steamed to the under. That steam move that you heard in the background just seconds ago is this game. The total is moving under right now, lower here. It was 244.5, maybe it was even 245, but this one is clearly moving under to the under right now. I'm seeing 243 at Bet Online, 243.5 at Bovada. Every book is moving lower right now on this game. Cleveland and Chicago here, clear steam on the under as we speak. Wow, this is why we do this show here. So let's see if that's the play you guys were even looking at here in this one. I mean, Cleveland's been going over like nobody's business. Cleveland over in 4 of their last 5 games overall, 7 of their last 9. They're 18-9 to the over on the road. 36-18 to the over as a favorite. We got to update this. I'm going to put it all the way down to 243 here. 36-18, 67% to the over as a favorite for Cleveland, but it's moving under clearly here right now. Now, 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under. 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams in Chicago have gone under. But the Bulls have some over trends a little bit too at home. 6 of their last 8 games have gone over coming into this one. Now, as far as against the spread is concerned, Chicago's definitely having more issues, it feels like, than the Bulls this season, certainly, but the Bulls have been covering here of late. So let's go to this one with Chicago and Cleveland. To the cappers in the chat. And we got the Bulls for Thomas. And he thinks it might be rest day for Mobley. Maybe that's the news that's kind of coming in a little bit. But we also think that affects things more defensively, doesn't it? Mobley is out of this game with his scheduled rest for the Bulls. You've got Giddey questionable, Ball questionable, Vooch out. Dosunmu out for the season, as we learned yesterday. That was a bummer. Kobe White is probable here. So, all right, let's see what you have here in this one with this big move. There's Aubrey says take the Bulls plus the points here. And hello to Donut. Nice to have you. Jerry says Bulls and under. Robert is a believer also in the move here, right? Got 2 teams that kind of go over, and this thing is solidly moving under right now. All right, I'll make a pick as well here.
Steam playing.
But, man, we got more steam rolling in here just seconds ago. Southern Miss. Southern Miss has taken the steam in their conference tournament game against Coastal Carolina. The total had already moved on the under from 141 down to 140 in that game. And now we're seeing steam here on Southern Miss. They were a 2-point favorite, but now Southern Miss has moved to a 3.5-point favorite in their game against Coastal Carolina. And that one, remember, that one is a neutral site game. I think playing that. Let me see. I'm playing that tournament in Florida. Playing that tournament down in Pensacola, Florida, at the Sun Belt in this round. So, okay, let me get back on track here a little bit and see if you guys have some more plays here. Fernando says, sounds like an under. Thomas says, nobody wants Cleveland. What's going on? Nobody wants to lay those 13 points. And Jerry says, when you got no Mobley, you might even get a faster pace there a little bit. And looks like Thomas has said, I think the Bulls. I think the Bulls enough for him. He saw enough Bulls there, it looks like, for the consensus play. I think is what he's saying there, making sure, but maybe enough went with the consensus there for the Bulls. Okay. Make sure on that one, though. Here. And okay, so I'm going to also come in on this one with the Bulls here. Yep, okay, he says that will be number 4 consensus play, Chicago Bulls in this one. The Bulls have their, like I said, to me, the Bulls have a number of question marks as well coming into this game. So, man, can they be that live? This total obviously going down here, but still several players kind of going to be out for the Bulls as well. So still a big number there. You guys are on it. Team Steam consensus. I'll have to grab the under in this one. Give me the under with the Bulls and the Cavs. I kind of want to play that as a premium, but I'll just take it as my play here on the show. All right. Next is the 76ers and the Timberwolves. Talk about another big spread here with the Timberwolves favored. They're favored by 14.5 now since I've typed these in late last night. And the total here is 220. I'll call it 223 just to maybe show the move. Maybe show the direction it's going here a little bit. Because there's a lot of 222.5s out there as well, but there's some 223s for sure in this one with the 76ers here on the road against the Timberwolves here. And yeah, it's over here now for the 76ers. We can kind of move on with our lives a little bit. You got Maxey here, questionable. I don't even know if he can make it to this lineup here today. Oubre, questionable. George, questionable. Edwards is questionable as well. Gordon's been out now for Minnesota. Randall, he's back on the injured list right now, questionable with a groin injury. Rudy Gobert is out here. So some pieces are missing here for sure in this one with Philadelphia and Minnesota tonight. For Philadelphia here, they've covered 5 of the last 6 years here when playing Minnesota, but Minnesota's gone 5-1 right now in their last 6 games against the spread at home here. They are coming off of a win at Phoenix. They blew out the Timberwolves in that contentious game the other night. Everybody's getting all mad. 70 for Philadelphia here, they're off of the loss to Portland, 119-112. The game after they beat the Warriors, they were struggling before that as well. It's been a real tough situation here for the Sixers. 11 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams in Minnesota have gone under, and that's really just meeting once a year. So the trip, for whatever reason, is a little bit dysfunctional for Philadelphia here. It's a long-term sample in non-conference play, so you do have to take it a little bit light with that one, but still 11 of the last 13 years under when the two teams have met in Philadelphia. All right. And also, Minnesota here is just 4-15 against the spread in their last 19 games against the 76ers. But obviously, 76ers, that one win against the Warriors, snapped that at the time 9-game losing streak. Philadelphia just 1-10 straight up in their last 11 games, 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. Minnesota, though, some issues as well here of late, covering some numbers, but not at home where they are 5-1 against the spread. Their last 6 games overall at home, they've been getting this money, which, is a little bit different from most of the season where Minnesota has been pretty bad at home against the spread. Actually, they're still just 10-19 against the spread at home. They really have not been a great spread team at home, but the Sixers are not looking great. What do you got in the chat? Man, okay. Wolves and under. Start us off, Thomas. Wolves and under here. Aubrey says the Sixers are pretty much toast. Fernando says lay it. Nuke, he's got all the NBA jokes today for these players that aren't playing. But hey, big opportunities for those that are playing. Zoe says Sixers team total under. And that might be it from you guys in the chat in this one. All right. Well, I guess I've got to come up with my play here in this matchup. All right, man, that's high now at 14.5, but I got to take the Minnesota Timberwolves here to roll over the 76ers. Trust a bounce back spot here, but they won't be able to handle it. Okay, let's keep it going now. We got to finish this NBA up. We got 3 more to go. How about the Nets and the Spurs? Here with the Spurs, favorite at home in this one by 4, and the total has gone up dramatically here at 228 on some widely reported steam here in this one. There we go with the Nets and the Spurs. Big move to the over here. Look, the Nets are still that team, I feel like, when it comes to finding ways to get to the window, I think, a little bit. The current run here, the current run here for Brooklyn. Let me get this going here. Despite these 4 straight losses here right now for the Nets, is still reasonable spread here with the Spurs favored only by 4. They're not covering any numbers either, pretty much, since Victor Wembanyama left the lineup for the season with his woes, his injury woes. So you still have a Brooklyn team 19-11 against the spread on the road this season. So even though things have kind of gone south here or head further south with Brooklyn, remember San Antonio's in a funk here right now too. So maybe that brings Brooklyn back to life here a little bit to get a number on the road where they've been so good. 19-11 against the spread has been a really, really positive sign, actually, overall. It's just that right now the Nets have lost 5 of their last 6 games straight up this season, but San Antonio, they're just 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games. So 2 teams kind of in a bit of a funk here, but for Brooklyn, they've gone under in 7 of their last 9 games overall and 14 of their last 17. We've been going under a lot with those guys, but for whatever reason, the total's been on the move. San Antonio's gone under in 6 of their last 8 games overall as well. So now, this is a series that has totally been dominated by San Antonio here when the Nets come to town. San Antonio is 19-2 straight up in the last 21 meetings between these 2 teams. Wow. Can you dig it? All right, we'll go to the chat, though, in this one and see what you have with the Nets and the Spurs here. Here we go. Thomas, I think, is going under in this one. Aubrey says, take the Nets on the money line. James Barm, he's on the over in this one. Robert's on the Nets. Fernando says, well, I'm taking the T-Wolves on that. T-Wolves money line back on that other one, all right. Aubrey says, take Brooklyn. AOD says, this game you go to the backwoods. Fernando, Nets team total under. And Thomas, I think, says, check that injury report in this one. All right. Yeah, Castle is questionable in this game. So for the Nets, also big news here is Cam Thomas. Looks like he's set to return to the lineup here for the Nets. Claxton is probable, and D'Lo is probable as well. So Bassie out still here for San Antonio. So, man, tell you, the Nets, maybe they are the better cover here. But, man, this franchise struggles when it comes to going to San Antonio. It's not like, San Antonio was all that over the last several years. Okay, Jerry here under. All right. I'll make my call and see what we're doing here with Brooklyn taking on the Spurs tonight. I'm going to take the San Antonio Spurs in this one and lay these points. I know my computer is telling me here Brooklyn and over, but I have a feeling I'm going to be Spurs and under. All right. Thomas likes the Nets here. And Super True, good morning. Thank you for joining us. All right, there was a steam move that came in a few moments ago in the NHL. I only cringe because of the all the money. Buy money on Tariff Tuesday, the stock market. I'm only, we're only, probably got to go join the pickleball tour. All right, Steam coming in here right now with LSU and Kentucky. Steam to the under in this game with a high total for sure. LSU and Kentucky, it was 158. They're down to 156.5 right now here with LSU and Kentucky. Steam to the under in that SEC matchup. Also, in hockey, the Columbus Blue Jackets have taken some steam here this morning in their matchup with Tampa Bay. Well, Columbus has been great at home, not so much on the road, but they were plus 150. But right now, it looks like they're going to be down here to plus 140 with the Columbus Blue Jackets taking the steam against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Against the Lightning of all teams. Wow. Good morning to Mr. Tomatoes here today. Thomas likes Kentucky in that other one. And could San Antonio be in for a better spot? That's what I'm gonna say here, Terrell. Clippers and Suns here tonight. The Clippers on the road, favored in this one by 2.5. The total is up here to 26.5 in this one. A little bit of a move to the over here for sure between the Clippers and the Suns. Oops. There we go. Yeah, we'll take a look at this one here with the Clippers here, divisional matchup against Phoenix. Now, wow, you look at it right with the way the Suns have been just the worst team here against the spread all season long, it feels like. But here come the Clippers, and they're not exactly doing some doing much here of late. They failed to cover the spread in 7 straight games. Coming in, going just 1-5 straight up in their last 6, 2-11 against the spread in their last 13 games overall. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, they're just 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games and 3-11 straight up in their last 14. So when these two teams have met, Phoenix has won 8 of the last 11 meetings overall. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but still Clippers 12-18 to the under on the road. Phoenix 11-19 to the under at home. So we'll see. Is this a spot maybe for Phoenix? The Clippers have, pulling the old fade again here a little bit. All right, get ready to go here. We got 2 college moves coming in. The game we've already mentioned here on the side, but Temple and Tulsa steamed to the under here. It was 145.5. We're down to 144.5, maybe even lower here. Steam to the under. We already saw Temple get steamed in that game, and now the under is getting steamed here. I think those teams have produced a few more overs than unders this season, but steam to the under there. Also, Eastern Michigan and Ohio, another one where you think of these two teams, you might think over, but right now, steam to the under here was 154.5. We're down to 153.5 right now with Eastern Michigan and Ohio. Steam to the under in that one. All right, Clippers and Suns. Go to the chat here maybe and see what you guys have in this one. The Clippers just 1-10 against the spread in their last 11 road games. Here right now, 2 teams that are not covering many spreads for sure. Phoenix has beaten the Clippers in 4 of the last 5 meetings here. Let's see what you've got in the chat. And here we go. Thomas says, Clippers and the under here. B-Hawk, thank you for joining us today. Georgia money line, New Mexico money line. To Mr. Tomato says, don't bet the Sun. Oh, no. Oh, no. He says, do not bet the Suns. He says these guys don't even respect their own wives. Abel here. Look at Abel has changed his avatar to a giant Dodger baseball. Is that the spear with a Dodger I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like the spear lit up as a Dodger baseball. Nonetheless, it's a Dodger baseball. Abel is ready for the baseball season. And if you're a Dodgers fan, why not? All right, Suns for JW. Don't worry, I'm with JW here. Could Bull make this starting lineup for the Suns? What a moment for Bull. Beal is questionable in this game tonight. Normie Powell, he's still out. Derek Jones is out for the Clippers. Abel likes it over. And let's see here. Robert likes it over as well. And Terrell says the Clippers had some injuries. Is Booker playing? I've got Booker in there tonight. Abel says free pancakes at IHOP. Wow. Oh, dine in only. Well, I don't go out, so I don't go out in public. All right. Let's see here. Textiles. He's ready for baseball season. I've been enjoying the exhibition season so far every day. It is. Okay, Abel, that is cool. All right. Mr. Tomatoes. He likes the Padres here, so. All right. Dodgers to win the World Series, Abel says. All right. I guess that's it. I'm taking the Suns. I've got to try the Suns here. It feels like to me. Give me the Suns. They are the
Team
worst.
playing.
They're the worst, man. The Suns. They have been just so garbage this year. But the Clippers right now are almost matching them. And the fact that the Suns kind of have the series, they're getting a couple of points. I'll take the Suns. All right, Loyola, Maryland here. Tournament time again. Update. Loyola, Maryland in their matchup against Lehigh. Loyola, Maryland was a 1.5-point favorite, but now Loyola, Maryland has moved to a 2-point favorite, 2.5 right now. They're taking the steam in their tournament matchup today against Lehigh. Loyola, Maryland taking the steam on the Morning Steam Show. All right. One more here in the NBA. The Pelicans are on the road against the Lakers, and the Lakers are favored by 8.5. The total down here to 229 on some widely reported steam here this morning. This one has moved considerably lower here, it feels like, with the the Pelicans on the road here, going up against these Lakers. Yeah, I was checking those lineups right now, as a matter of fact, or at least my lineup sheet here anyway. And talking about, could Bol make this lineup tonight? And he definitely looks like he will be in there. So I agree with that.
Team playing.
And, he'll dust Kawhi because Kawhi, if he ends up on with Kawhi, because Kawhi is, doesn't play much defense anymore in the regular season. All right. New Mexico taking the steam right now. We saw someone mention New Mexico in the chat. They're taking the steam here right now in that matchup against Nevada. They were a 1-point dog. New Mexico maybe moving to a favorite here in their matchup tonight with the Wolfpack. I'm showing right now New Mexico a 1-point, starting to move here to a 1-point favorite at DraftKings. All right. Lakers here, super hot. You know who else is hot? The Pelicans. They're not too cold here for sure. The Pelicans are doing a nice job. They've won 4 of their last 5 games overall right now. One of their best stretches for sure this season. Lakers, though, with their 5 consecutive wins here coming into this one. And yeah, maybe the spread's ticked up a little high, but still, Lakers 6-game winning streak, don't forget. Yeah, because they can't forget the last game here against the Clippers. I forgot it was back-to-back against the Clippers. My bad. They've won 6 in a row here right now. Lakers have won 12 of their last 14 games overall. Lakers have gone under in 7 straight games coming in. New Orleans, not only have they won 4 of their last 5, but they've also won 5 out of their last 7 games. Remember, that was after a 10-game losing streak. So they've salvaged a little something here, but this has always been a tough game, really, for these guys. The New Orleans has lost 5 of the last 6 games against the Lakers overall and 8 of the last 11 overall. Here, when these two teams have met in Los Angeles, the Lakers have covered the spread in 4 out of the last 5 meetings and 6 out of the last 8 games. Overall, 6 out of the last 8 games between these two teams have gone under. The Lakers have gone under in 5 straight, but New Orleans has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games. On the road, New Orleans is coming off a win over Utah, 128-121. However, they didn't get the number in that game by half a point still. New Orleans, pretty good run here. Give them some credit of late. Let's go to the chat here right now and see what you've got in this one. Look, I love what the Lakers are doing here, but all right. Let's go to the chat and see what you got here in this one with, man, now I got Abel's got me going to Jimmy John's. He's got me going to Super True says, why didn't you go out and vote? Look at me. I'm not going out in public. Okay, Thomas is on the under here in this one with Lakers and the Pels. And
System playing.
Jerry likes the Lakers and the under here. Man, you guys are all over the Lakers. Wow. They are looking great, but God, they don't feel like a team to me that is taking out bigger number. I mean, I feel like the Lakers are going to be start playing or kind of to play to the, I want to say even the level of the competition here, but it feels like they'll make it more interesting than it should be, even with these guys, right? I mean, come on, LeBron and Luka are going to do just enough to win games. It feels like I don't see these guys blowing anybody out. I know they're taking care of business right now. So Thomas says though that the Pelicans. He's actually saying that this is a good sign that the Pelicans are getting their lineup back together a little bit. I think that's what's helped them here at this point. But Brandon Boston is questionable in this game. LeBron is on the list here, but he's probable. Reeves is questionable. Hachimura still out. And Terrell says, don't bother looking at the head-to-heads. I still will look at the head-to-heads because I believe, Terrell, that teams play in certain roles and also travel situations is also what makes, like, a lot of times, when people tease me here and say, how can Ramon, you go on there at 6 in the morning and you're picking these games without knowing the personnel? And I would just say that a lot of my NBA handicapping is already done in the situational handicaps a lot of times with these teams, and the line itself will be reflected by the injury situation. Now, we just can't broad brush it and do that every game, but I'm already looking at one side or another a lot of times going into a game because of the situational handicapping. But I agree with you, Terrell, obviously, with what you're saying. No doubt about it with Luka. Okay, Trey says, hey, Trey Barry's here. He likes the Pelicans there, and well, he likes the Pelicans with me. I'm on the Pelicans here. I kind of want to wait because I feel like the Lakers are a consensus play, and I've already missed it. And Tom, yeah, okay, I blew it. I shouldn't have done that, but it's too late now. I'm actually against Team Steam here. I knew it. I hate doing that. Maybe it makes for a better show, but I don't like the vibe. And that's the most here for me. Terrell says, you know what? Oh, let me go back here. I think I missed Abel's play here in the Champions League. I don't even have the with so many games, I feel like I did a bad job here not listing the Champions League games, but we'll make a play or two here at the end of the show. And James Parm said Lakers, so all right, I blew it, but I'm on the Pels with JW. And Thomas says the money line though for the Lakers. All right, well, I mean, come on, what are they? They're a pretty massive money line in this game. So if that's what the chat wants to do, that's fine. But I'm going to take the Pelicans here. Lakers are minus 370 on the money line. So have at it. I'll take the Pelicans. And I'm going to be looking to the total here for sure. For me, I would think tonight. All right. That's it for the NBA. We've done it. We finished. Man, took a while, but we got to step on it here, it feels like right now. And there's some other steam coming in with more tournament action right now with Massachusetts Lowell and Maine in their tournament matchup today going over. Here it was 144.5. We're all the way up to 146. It actually was 146. It kind of started to drift down and then back up again. So Lowell and Maine here currently at, I'm going to call it 145.5 here at this point, but I would expect this to go a little bit higher here right now with Lowell and Maine. Also, a short time ago, the Carolina Hurricanes took the steam. We're going to get into the hockey right now, but let's mention it. Hurricanes were $1.80 or so, but now the Hurricanes are they're up to $2 here at some at the square books. At this point, Hurricanes taking the steam against the Red Wings tonight. All right. Let's go to the NHL here. We got to do a fast job. Oh, one more here. I got one. New Mexico and Nevada. We're seeing some steam. We saw some steam to the over at 148, now up to 149.5 or so in this one. Steam to the over. We know it already came in on New Mexico. Now we got steam to the over with New Mexico and Nevada. It was right after that original move on New Mexico. Okay. Let's go here now to the ice. Take a look at what we got here in the NHL. We'll start off with the Preds on the road here. Oh, no. Where's the first game here? There it is. Here we go. Flyers hosting the Flames in this one with the Flames. An underdog here. Flyers $1.40 in the total. 5.5 in this one with the Flyers at home. And they got Sammy Erson in goal here going up against Dustin Wolf tonight. All right, for Calgary here, coming in with a 3-game losing streak right now. A little bit of a rough patch here, losing to pretty good teams, Carolina, Florida, and Tampa Bay, as this road trip continues to maybe wear on the Flames a little bit. Still, the Flyers at home, a favorite role here for the Flyers. They're coming in off of a big win on the road against Winnipeg. Flyers have been looking good here of late with wins here in 4 of their last 5 games overall, looking pretty sharp right now. They did lose to Pittsburgh, remember, in that wild one. Before that, beat Pittsburgh, beat Pittsburgh basically. 2 out of the last 5 games with a loss to Pittsburgh as well. But for Calgary here, they've gone under in 5 straight games here on the road. 5 straight overall, 5 straight on the road here. The Flames have gone under coming into this one. And we'll take a look at what you guys have on the chat here tonight. Calgary and Philadelphia. Calgary's gone under actually in 6 straight games overall right now. 10 of their last 12 games here, and 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Philadelphia have gone under. I will say this, when they meet in Calgary, it usually goes over when these two teams meet. It was 6-3 in the first meeting back in October, I believe it was. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here with Calgary taking on Philadelphia today. Get our coverage of the NHL started here. And here we go. All right. Going to be Mr. Tomato likes the Flyers here in this one. And Mr. Tomato, hey, at least ole, ole, ole isn't a homophobic chant like those fans in San Diego, Mr. Tomatoes, that terrible fans there saying that bad word. Abel A is on the Flyers here in this one. And let's see here. Good morning to Sub. He's here, maybe stopping by to give us his Champions League action. And I know Mr. Tomatoes wasn't, but the fans at the San Diego soccer game were being disrespectful. All right. Well, I guess I got to make my call here in this one with the Flyers and the Flames here. And I'm going to take the Flyers to win this one over Calgary tonight at minus $1.40 for the most part. You look everywhere, $1.37, $1.41, $1.45. It's right about there. Give me the Flyers tonight against Calgary. I think they're wearing out a little bit on the road. The two teams have kind of alternated wins and losses. All right. Next up, Predators on the road. There we go. Oh, let me get one play here in. It's in a tournament game right now. It's in that Sun Belt tournament. UL Monroe and UL Lafayette steamed to the under here. It was 139.5 down to 138.5 here. Steamed to the under with Monroe and ULL. All right. Predators and Bruins here. The Bruins just $1.30 here in this one, going up against Nashville. It doesn't get any better right now for Nashville. And when I say it like that, I mean it's getting worse and worse, it feels like, for Nashville on the road. They're now allowing about 60 cents on the dollar on the road right now. That's how bad they are. 6-20 straight up on the road. Boston 18-10 straight up at home. But the Sharps love these guys so much, it keeps the prices affordable here going against the Predators. I guess they win sometimes, and I guess provide a little bit of return. But how can you continue to back this team? 7-19 as an underdog. Boston 18-13 straight up as a favorite. This $1.30 is actually a little bit higher than pretty much every price around. Not any higher. No, it's not any higher than this for sure here right now. So, man, all right, maybe this is Nashville's night to start to turn it around. Remember, this is Mikey's super secret pick to turn the season around and win the Stanley Cup somehow. But they've been the worst road team all season long. You're broke right now betting on this team on the road. Now, Nashville did win the last one. I think between these two teams, Boston comes in off that 1-0 loss against the Wild last time out. They beat Pittsburgh before that, but they were on a losing streak before that, so it hasn't been all fine and dandy necessarily for the Bruins here right now, but still, this feels like a reasonable price going against a team that cannot win on the road. Boston's won 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams, and Nashville has struggled in all of these games where they're traveling. It feels like on the road, on the East Coast a little bit, but still, Boston's lost 6 of their last 7, 8 of their last 11 overall. This series has gone under in 5 straight meetings and 6 of the last 7 meetings overall. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here. Nashville and Boston. All right. JW says, first period over. Mr. Tomatoes says, take the Bruins -1 and go over, I think is what he's saying there. And Nate says the Bruins will smash. In this one, breaking news. All right. Well, I've got to go under, I think, here in this one. Oh, I should have made sure here by checking the market action is not going to affect my play here. I'm going to take the under here as my play between the Predators and the Bruins. Next up is the Blue Jackets and the Lightning in this one. Now, here you have, we just said the steam came in on the Blue Jackets, which is fine and dandy. But the Blue Jackets here going up against the hot Lightning. The Blue Jackets are hot too. Don't forget, they've won 4 straight games here right now. They're playing well. 2 of them were against Detroit. Blew them out, actually. Outscored them 10-5 in those 2 games. They beat Dallas as well. They beat Chicago. They're covering the money line every time, the puck line every time out, it seems like right now. For Tampa Bay, meanwhile, they're scorching hot despite a loss last time out against Florida in that hot game. It was a pretty good game, 2-1, no doubt. But before that, the Lightning were, pretty much taking on all comers and beating them here. So you get a little bit of a discount here, it feels like, on the Lightning by maybe as much as, maybe 20 cents off of some of those early numbers. Now, I'd say the sharp books did open the line a little bit closer to the line that you see here currently right now. In fact, I might have to update that. Got it 175 right there on the screen, but I think for the most part it's 165, 6.5 over 25. I'm going to take 10 cents off that here for the Lightning. The thing is with Columbus, yes, they have been hot. 3 of those 4 wins did come at home. We mentioned how Columbus, they are the best team at home for making money in the NHL this season. They have been a losing proposition on the road, costing you about a quarter of a unit per game. Now, good news here for the Lightning, as my man Jonas Johansson is back in the lineup here in goal today. So makes his return from injury here. 6-5 at the 3.24 goals against. Neither of these guys are confirmed yet, but Elvis expected to be in there for the Blue Jackets today. So both teams are looking decent here. The Lightning's looking great, and the Blue Jackets are doing a nice job here, looking decent of late as well. Remember, the Blue Jackets they've had a great season. There's no doubt about it. Right now, the fact that they are, 8 games over 500. But this puck line might be a little bit tough to swallow here with Columbus today. Right now, the puck line for Columbus is at plus 1.5 at minus 170. All right, Tampa's gone under in 5 straight coming in right now. I'm going to the chat to see what you have. One basketball move here, and then we'll get to the chat and the hockey game here. More tournament moves here. IU Indianapolis and Wright State. We already saw the steam come in on Wright State and moved it from 8.5 to 9.5. And now the steam is coming in on the under here. It was 155. We're down to 154. Here it may even go lower. IU Indianapolis and Wright State. Steam coming in on the under in that one. All right. Here we go with the Blue Jackets and the Lightning. Let's go to the chat here. And let's see here. And Zoe there talking soccer in the chat. JW, Tampa Bay on the puck line. And JW says they own the series. Don't forget, Ramon, you got to look at the series history in this one when you're talking about Columbus and Tampa Bay. It's been all Tampa Bay here. Let's see. 10 out of the last 11. I'm going to get it right here. 11. They've won 11 out of the last 14 games has Tampa Bay, including 8 straight games here at home. Tampa Bay has won over the Columbus Blue Jackets. So maybe you are getting a little bit of a discount here, and I believe Columbus for all that. I mean, to me, Tampa Bay is still kind of a deep playoff contender here. The way they're playing, this is Tampa Bay. They can, don't forget. It's kind of like, don't forget, this is Tampa Bay. It feels like, right? Ready Samedi likes Tampa Bay here in this one. Hello to Billy Mack in the chat today. He's got BTTS in every game, it looks like. Maybe not the Arsenal game. Okay. Thanks, you guys, for that. Watch out, Sub says. Could be some draws today on this first leg. And Thomas says Lightning on the puck line is a consensus play. Wow, on the puck line. Wow. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Subs got this. This might be our Champions League coverage actually today. So, with apologies, but we got Atletico and Real Madrid first half draw plus 135, full game draw as well. Sub says Arsenal and PSV. He's got BTTS no, but he's also has correct score line 0-0, just in case there. Oh, he's got BTTS no. He's got a low score. Okay, Robert goes over 6.5 here in the game between Columbus and Tampa Bay. I would have to think that might be in line here. Columbus has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall, but Tampa Bay definitely has been going under nonstop here right now. Columbus is 28 and 20 to the over as an underdog. And let's see here, Billy Mack liking PSV. Or no. Oh, he says they probably won't score there. Okay. Hope I didn't screw that one up there too much. All right, give me the action here in this one. I'm going to take Tampa Bay with. I'm going to take them on the money line here as my play. Team Steam is on the puck line here, a little plus money today. Tampa Bay plus 145 on that puck line. We got to keep going here right now. Keep this moving. Hurricanes and Red Wings. In this one, we saw the Hurricanes just take the steam here a little while ago, moving them up from $1.80 up to $2 here on the road against the Red Wings. The Hurricanes are costing you about a quarter of a unit or more on the road so far this season. So I don't know if I want this Hurricanes team against this Red Wings team that's been doing a nice job here of late. Now, granted, Detroit has lost 2 straight games coming in to this one against the Blue Jackets, as we just mentioned, but Carolina off of a win at home against Calgary. They've been up and down here as well, but hey, Frederick Anderson in goal here today. Now, Detroit is going to be Alex Lyon here in goal. I'm thinking I'm in the French league here. All right, there we go. Change that up here. Call at $2 for the Hurricanes, and maybe it's $1.09. 6 over 20. There we go. Let's go with it. All right. In this one, Carolina on the road here with Anderson, 6-5 of the 2.29 goals against. Lyon, 10-6 of the 2.78 goals against coming into this one for Detroit here. For Carolina here. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings against the Red Wings. 7 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under when these teams have met. And also on the road right now for Carolina, they've lost 5 of their last 6 overall, 15 of their last 20 games on the road. This is a team that's favored by $2 here in this one. Now, Detroit has had their struggles against this team, but remember, they were pretty hot there just a short time ago. Detroit still 16-13 straight up at home, while Carolina's 12-15 straight up on the road. Coming into this one, Detroit on the puck line here is plus 1.5 at minus $1.50 today. See what you guys have here with Carolina and Detroit. Detroit's covered the puck line in 5 straight meetings at home against the Hurricanes. Detroit's gone over in 5 straight at home right now. They've gone 18-12 to the over at home, but I don't know if that's what's going to happen here necessarily today. Let's go to the chat. Get your pick ready for Carolina and Detroit. Start off here. Robert likes the Canes to rock Detroit in this one. He likes them on the puck line. And Billy Mack says he thinks that he's asking if Lil has a chance against Dortmund there. Okay. Noli knows has his pick on the Sun Belt. There it is. Just kidding, Noli. All right. I think that's it from you guys. You guys are going on with the Champions League. I don't mind that. I'm taking the Detroit Red Wings here on the money line to win this one over the Canes. I'm going to take them plus that big price. I don't trust this Carolina team right now. I'm not a trust kind of guy, but the steam came in on Carolina. They're pretty mediocre, it feels like right now. There it is. Noli. They're always taking South Alabama in the Sun Belt Conference there, I think is what it's saying, to win the Sun Belt Conference overall. Thanks, Noli. Good to have you today. All right. I took the Red Wings on the money line to win this one. The Sharks are at the Sabres here with the Sharks on the road. I guess we could have skipped this one, gang. Really, maybe we could have put this one in the skipperoo bin, so we'll just cover it real quick. 215, 6.5, under 15 with the Sharks and the Sabres. It feels like on a heavy card like this would have been one to probably drop from the card. So if you want to comment on it real quick, we can. Sabres, 215 right now. San Jose playing pretty tough here at this point, covering everything. I'm going to take San Jose here, even though they've been losing games. They usually stay within a goal. They beat Toronto, of course, in an upset last time out. This is a long road trip here for sure. Right now, these guys have been on the road, but they just seem to continue to play well and get the money. Who wants to trust Buffalo here as a 215 favorite when they've lost 3 straight games, including twice to Montreal? And Buffalo has won 5 straight meetings against San Jose and covered the puck line in each of those games as a favorite every time. They've owned this series. Won the first meeting 4-2 at San Jose. So you do got to take that into consideration. And if anything, there's even a discount here for Buffalo at 215. It was even a bit higher than this one at some of the books. So no value here on the Sharks, but I'm going to take them at plus 1.5, minus 135. I'll take San Jose here. They took the steam, and I'm going to take them on the puck line as my play here on the show, because we want to do that one quick. All right. Yeah, Thomas heard the steam in the background, so let's get one more in here. Georgia Tech taking the steam in their matchup today. They were an 8.5-point favorite here in this one, and now Georgia Tech is up to 9.5 in that matchup against Miami of Florida tonight. Georgia Tech just took that steam here on the Morning Steam Show. All right. JW says, take a look at those goalies here. And yeah, the Sharks played last night, so pretty big factor here for sure, says Tex, as they, hung in there against, upset the Leafs, as we said. So I just don't know if Buffalo here, if the Sharps came in on them. Oh boy, here's another one here real quick. Tournament action, more conference tournament steam. Holy Cross and Lafayette steam to the over right now. It was 137. We're up to 138.5 with Holy Cross and Lafayette. Big move there to the over. Holy Cross and Lafayette taking that steam. Let's keep it going right now.
Team play.
We got to keep it going here. We'll catch up with that steam here in just a moment. The Jets are taking on the Isles tonight with the Jets a favorite on the road. They took the steam in this one at $1.60 or so, and all the way up here right now to $1.80, $1.90, even at some spots, 5.5. Over 20 in this one. Does feel like a matchup that totally favors Winnipeg here, but can you stomach laying this big price, especially Winnipeg having lost consecutive games against Philadelphia and against Nashville coming in? The Islanders just got shut out by the Rangers last night, so they come in, with no rest here, and the Jets have had some time off since those consecutive losses. And Winnipeg comes in 35-11 straight up as a favorite, and they're hot. They're hot. They're great. They're everything. I say they're hot. I know they lost those 2 consecutive games, but remember before that, Winnipeg was going nuts. They've also won 6 of their last 7 games on the road. They had an 11-game winning streak before those 2 losses, but the Islanders have been getting it done on the puck line. They've covered 8 of their last 9 games on the puck line, and they've also defeated the Jets in 5 of the last 6 meetings at home. Even though the teams meet just twice a year, 5 of the last 6 years, the Islanders have won it at home against Winnipeg. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here in this one. Winnipeg's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Also in 5 of their last 7. Islanders have dropped 5 of 7 coming in, but like I said, they've dominated this series for the most part. Not only 5 of the last 6 at home, but 8 of the last 10 overall have gone to the Islanders in this series. So let's go to the chat here with Winnipeg and the Islanders. All right. Abel likes under in all 4 Champions League games today. All right. Let's see here. Robert's on the under as I caught up here a little bit now. Thomas says, like this video, subscribe to our channel. I think I missed the I always forget to do that. I always get the message from Mike, the memo in my email. Don't forget, he says. He doesn't really do that, but sounds good on the air, doesn't it? All right, JW says go over. AOD says smash the like, everybody. Help Ramon go viral. Maybe if I did something outrageous, I love having 100 of you in here right now hanging out with me, but, well, pretty boring. All right. I guess that's going to do it for my coverage here of the Jets and the Isles. I got to make a pick now.
System play.
And the show picks have been good here in the NHL, no doubt. Well, we're on the show here. I'm going to take the Jets. I'm going to take them as a big favorite and take them on the money line. I want to come in here tomorrow and talk about an easy win. So give me the Jets here. Can't play it as a premium at this price. I really do like them to win this game, though. So I'll take the Jets on the money line, $1.85, $1.90, whatever it is here. Maybe I'll go regulation by the time I get to the window, but I'm going to recommend the money line. Want to be right. All right, let's go. Next up. And, good point there, JW. We should probably get into that a little bit here with the Jets today. And let me make sure, right? Because I think we were showing that maybe let me look at the confirmed goalies here a little bit, see if anything's changed at this point. Okay. Elvis is confirmed. Sammy Urson confirmed. Dustin Wolf is confirmed. And that might be it. Might be it there. All right. Yeah, maybe, the Islanders could end up here with Sorokin in goal. I think that's what the sites are starting to point to a little bit. It could be Scarrett could be in there. Uh, he's a. Let me make sure with Scarrick. Okay. Yeah, I'm showing that it could be Scarrick in here in goal today for the Isles. So that also could be a factor there. Maybe that's why the steam has come in here. Look, he's a backup on the team here. Certainly, the Czech goalie, probably more famous for that bizarre incident the other night with the opening the door and everyone went falling through and Patras was injured or whatever was going on there. All right. Here's James on the Jets. Next up, Devils taking on the Stars in this one. Oh boy, here with the Jets. Whoops. The Jets. The Stars favored $1.80 in this one, and the total here currently at 5.5 under 15. maybe even shaded to the over here right now. Maybe a little bit of a move here to the over with the Devils and the Stars. I don't know. I mean, if I look at two teams, I'm thinking under with right now. It'd probably be these two, but still just 5.5. And yeah, maybe they've had some overs here of late, especially New Jersey, but come on. Dallas is 17-29 to the under as a favorite. New Jersey's 11-20 to the under on the road. For Dallas here right now, $1.80, maybe $1.70 a little bit, but remember for Dallas, for all these unders all season, things have changed dramatically here of late. Dallas has gone over in 10 of their last 11 games. Overall, right now, 7 in a row to the over right now. But New Jersey still, 6 of their last 8 have gone under, 26 of their last 35 have gone under. Dallas has defeated New Jersey in 7 of their last 10 matchups. Overall, Dallas has gone 9-2 straight up at home in their last 11 games coming into this one, including a winning streak here at home as well. They're playing really well here with winning their last 2 games over St. Louis and LA, getting the puck line each time at home in both those games. New Jersey lost at Vegas 2-0 the other night after beating Utah. They also got blown out at Colorado, but beat Nashville. This is the 5th game of the road trip for New Jersey coming into this one. So let's go to the chat and see what you have here with Dallas at home. Another
Final.
big number here for me at $1.75 or so, and I want to take Dallas. All right, and maybe you guys are starting to see it right now, and there it is, Joe T. So let's go to it right now. Oh man, just a real bummer to get this news here. It does coming across, and it looks like officially here. Look, whatever you want to say about whatever's going on with Nico, with the karma, with the ticket prices, with whatever's going on with the Dallas Mavericks. But this is a real bummer here with Kyrie Irving. We saw him get helped off the court there with that looked to be some kind of knee sprain the other night, but it didn't look good, right? I mean, he was practically crying uh, before leaving the game in that blowout loss to Sacramento last night, and the 122-98 loss. Was fouled there, lost his balance. He landed awkwardly there. Looked like almost a hyperextended knee there for the most part, but they couldn't really give us an update at the time. He grabbed his leg, remember, and you saw it. Anthony Davis helping Irving to the locker room, but man, that really sucks here right now for Kyrie Irving. And he's going to miss the remainder of the season. A real bummer for the Mavs. Really needing this guy, but just sucks right now for Kyrie here. Whatever you think about him, you don't want this news, but they'll have to get by without Kyrie Irving for the remainder of the season. Okay, we can lament on this terrible news, but we got to move on here right now in our hockey preview. We're taking so long here. All right, JW says Dallas on the puck line this Tuesday. Take Dallas, he says. Maybe we can do it on the puck line. And I'll take Dallas here on the money line for me. Yeah, I'll probably find a way to shave this line down a little bit, but we'll give it out on the money line here. I can give out some chalk. I just gave out $1.50, dog. Why can't I give out a couple of big favorites as well? All right, give me the stars in this one. Ducks and Oilers here right now. Talk about big favorites. You got the Oilers at 350 here. Come on, man. The Ducks are a totally profitable team on the road. They're winning you a quarter of a unit every time right now and playing on the road. And, well, when you're plus $3 dogs, I guess you don't have to win every game to be profitable on the road. But, well, I don't know. I kind of like Anaheim's chances to maybe hang in there and cover a puck line here against struggling Edmonton. I think it's fair to say. Now, granted, they did win their last game against Carolina 3-1, but that was only to snap a losing streak, remember. Edmonton has won 8 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams, 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. In Edmonton has been won by Edmonton, of course. Now, Anaheim did beat Edmonton this season already, 5-3 at home as part of this, well, let's face it, good season for Anaheim. I don't want to lay 350 here with Edmonton in this one. Give me Anaheim. Come on the puck line at plus $1. Well, maybe even money, it feels like here, but maybe you can get a plus $1.05, plus $1.10. I want the Anaheim Ducks on the puck line against Edmonton tonight. Edmonton, for whatever reason, was really sluggish out of the break, maybe because of the, McDavid playing the tournament or whatever, but nonetheless, Edmonton having lost 5 of their last 6 games coming in. Now, this has been a pretty big over series between these two teams, even though they both are pretty steady unders here for sure. Anaheim's 11-18 to the under on the road, 20-33 to the under as a dog, but Anaheim's also gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings with Edmonton. 13 of the last 16 meetings overall with Edmonton have gone over. Still, total pretty high here, 6.5 in this one. So give me the Ducks on the puck line here. And let's see now. Zoe Faye, hello. Or let's see what Zoe Faye's got here. Stars and Jets, money line parlay. And Joe T's got an over in that Stars game against the Devils, with the Stars playing all those overs here of late. They've totally changed their ways, it feels like. Robert says, take the Ducks here. JW says goalies are in. It's Picard in here, which that would even help solidify it a little bit. Doesn't it feel like it there, JW? If Picard is indeed in goal here, I'll put him in there if he's confirmed. I haven't seen that yet, but I got to trust JDW here. Thank you, JW. All right, give me the Ducks here in this one. Abel also going with the Ducks, but JW says it's still fine. Take the Oilers. All right, next up, the Penguins and the Avalanche. Here in this one, you've got the Avalanche, another big favorite here, 275 for the Avalanche in this one. You got, no goalie for the Avalanche. I'm going to put Blackwood. I think I got Blackwood in there today for the Avalanche. There we go. Call it 275, maybe 265 right now. 6.5 is the total here in this one for Colorado. Coming in, they've, let's see. Got to move over here. Couldn't read my script. Won 2 straight games here right now. Wins over Minnesota and New Jersey here right now. Pittsburgh's lost 2 straight to Toronto and to Boston. Pittsburgh just 16-31 on the road, but this one's more about the puck line here. Colorado just 19-30 as a puck line favorite. Pittsburgh 25-22. As a puck line dog, but oh man, I don't know about Pittsburgh coming into Colorado right now, where Colorado has won 4 of their last 5 at home, 6 of their last 7, and 11 of their last 15, or 5 of their last 7, sorry about that, and 11 of their last 15 games at home overall. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, just 1-4 straight up in their last 5, 1-6 straight up in their last 7, and 4-10 straight up in their last 14 games. Pittsburgh has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams here in Colorado have gone over. Colorado won at Pittsburgh 6-2 back in December to roll in that one, and I think they'll roll again. I'm going to take Colorado on the puck line here in this one. Colorado -1.5 at -115 is my play. Give me the Abs over the Pens on that puck line. Got some college basketball steam here real quick. I'll get to your plays in Colorado in just a moment. Creighton and Seton Hall steam to the under here right now in their Big East game today. It was 134.5. We're down to 133.5 here right now with Creighton and Seton Hall. Meanwhile, right behind that was another steam move here with Rutgers and Purdue. Steam to the over here in this one. It was 150.5. We're up to 152 in Rutgers and Purdue. That one originally started to go under, and then now Steam has brought it back here to close to the original number with Rutgers and Purdue. Steam to the over. All right, JW also with me there with the Abs. And Abel went with the over there. All right. And we'll see. We'll see there who is in net there. J-Dub, let's go to it right now. Next game up. Oh, we're almost done with the hockey here. The Wild are taking on the Kraken in this one in our finale with Joey Decord in goal here, $1.20 against the Wild, and the total here of 5. Not 5, 5.5. 5.5 here in this one. Kraken a slight favorite here with Jacord and Gus in goal. Seattle, maybe they are the sharp side or taking the action here in this one. Even though they've lost 2 of their last 3, they're coming in off of a win over Vancouver 6-3. Minnesota was on a 3-game losing streak before they knocked off Boston 1-0 last time out at home 2 nights ago. So take a look at this one in the West with the Wild and the Kraken. Seattle has lost 4 of the last 5 meetings at home against Minnesota, or those 4 meetings have went over the total. Seattle in here right now. Let's see. They've gone over in 13 of 20 games as a favorite right now. Seattle's gone over in 4 of their last 6 games at home, but Minnesota has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games on the road here in this one. Minnesota totally profitable on the road, right? One of the best road teams in the league. They're getting you more than a third of a unit every time out on the road right now. And meanwhile, Seattle, they're a bit of a loser at home, 0.2 units per outing. In the red is the Kraken, but they're still favored here at minus $1.20. All right, chat, let's see what you have. The hockey segment is over here. And let's see what you got in this one. Nothing. All right. Hopefully you guys are still with me. I got 100 of you in here. Nobody cares about the Wild and the Kraken. So give me the Minnesota Wild to win this one. I feel like the Kraken's going to be a pretty popular play, but I got to take the Wild on the road against the Kraken. They've dominated this series, and they've been a good. There we go. Let's see. Abel says, what's Kraken? JW on the under, and Robert on the under here as well. All right, let's see what this steam is here real quick. And we get to college basketball right now because that's what's coming in. All right, Auburn and Texas A&M. We're seeing some steam here to the over in this one with Auburn and Texas A&M. This is all you're going to hear from these major conferences today, even with the great Auburn. We've only previewed Auburn every single time this year. We could take a game off. But it was 149. We're all the way up to 151.5, 152 here. Big time steam on the Auburn Texas A&M game today in that one. Big steam to the over Auburn and Texas A&M. Also, Wyoming and Fresno State. This one got hit here to the over. It was 138.5. We're up to 139.5 now with Wyoming and Fresno State steam to the over. All right, let's get going here right now with our college basketball coverage. We got to step on it here. And what we're going with is tournament action today. You got to go with it, right? These are the conference tournaments. Teams are going home tonight, so we'll talk about those. And we'll get around to the ACC, Big Ten, SEC, Mountain West, Big 12 in the days to come. These days belong to the mid-major tournaments. So Thomas likes Auburn money line, though. Text coming in with that news that we heard. All right. Let's get started here. Tournament action as promised. Go to the Sun Belt. The matchup between Coastal Carolina and Southern Miss. In this one, you have Southern Miss favored. We talked about how the steam came in here on Southern Miss, moving them to probably 3.5. And the total 140, maybe even 140.5. The steam came in on the under here in this one between Coastal Carolina and Southern Miss. Both teams, I mean, this is a 12 and 13 seeds, so we're not, breaking any news here or anything, but you got to wonder what's going on here with Southern Miss being favored here by a whole 3.5 points here in this one. Taking a look at spread wise here, at least Southern Miss is 5-3 as a favorite here this season. Now these games are being played in Pensacola, Florida, as a neutral site game here, and like I said, that move for whatever reason coming in here on Southern Miss. Let me get a few more notes here out for our coverage, at least on some of these tournaments here today. All right. There we go. All right. So Southern Miss are on a big-time losing streak here right now. They've lost 8 straight games, but they've found some covers here along the way, like I said, and they're rarely favored. Steam right now coming in. San Diego State and UNLV. It was 131. We're down to 130 here. Steam to the under with San Diego State and UNLV just moments ago. So Southern Miss, they're not winning. They're not covering. They did cover against USA, getting 6.5. That seemed to be lucky too. How are they only getting 6.5 against South Alabama? For Coastal, they have wins and covers here of late against Georgia State, against Southern Miss. It feels like Coastal's the better team here right now, and well, I want to kind of take them here at this point, but see if you guys want to make a pick here in this one. Coastal and Southern Miss here. I know the Sharps kind of favor Southern Miss, but I just can't. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it here in this one. So I'm going to take Coastal. I'm going against the advice of my computer over here for sure. Southern Miss losing all these games. At least Coastal's won some games here of late. Give me Coastal in this one against Southern Miss. I do like the total in this one. Probably going to make the card here, actually. So let's see here, though, what you've got. And it's going to be Robert does like the under there, probably with me there. Oh, I'm seeing this. I saw the Kyrie right. I saw the replay of this several times with Kyrie walking off, and it looked like he was putting pressure. I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it right. So I didn't think it was as serious. I did read those stories, but yeah, really a bummer. And hello to Sports Money. He says we've got our rugby preview already up there for this weekend's action here. Thank you, Sports Money. And JW says, I'll take Coastal on the money line. Irish King, a little behind us here. He's on New Jersey. Talking about Markstrom being back there. All right. Give me Coastal here in this one. Let's do the other game now in the Sun Belt here. We already talked about the steam that came in on the under here with UL Monroe and UL Lafayette. This one goes off. These will be out of order, a little bit out of time order, unlike the other shows, just because we keep these tournaments kind of together. Keep the tournament previews kind of together. This is scheduled to be at 8:30 Eastern and 5:30 Pacific. In this one, Monroe comes in with a 4-game losing streak. ULL's lost 2 in a row right now, but ULL was on a little bit of a good run there towards the end of the season anyway, with wins and covers over Marshall, over Troy, over Southern Miss. Ragin' Cajuns won both meetings this season. They were just a week apart, 65-60 and 71-68. So both games were very, very close this season. I think if you look at the two teams, you got to kind of think under, right? ULL 2-6 to the under as a favorite. ULM 11-15 to the under as an underdog. All right, see what you have here in this one with ULM, ULL. ULL is, let's see here. All right, I think I'm ready to go here in this one. And I've got the under here with ULM and ULL. I kind of want to play the side maybe as a premium, so we'll see. But just give me the under here with Monroe and Louisiana. Also, some steam just came in a moment ago. We're going to preview this game actually, but NJIT and Binghamton steam to the over here. It was 137. It's now 139 with NJIT and Binghamton. All right. Here we go right now with, let's see. Jerry likes Coastal in that other game. Robert went with the under here with me in this one. And Jerry says, kind of like the dog with the two Louisiana schools playing one another. JW likes Monroe. All right, I'll take the under in this one. Let's keep it going here with a tournament swing and go to New Hampshire and Bryant in this one as we head out here. Hey, we got some exciting action here in the America East with regular season champion Bryant and Earl Timberlake and company. 18.5-point favorites here in this one against New Hampshire. But hey, we're going to preview as many as we can until the conference tournaments become just too many. Maybe on the, I don't know, on the weekend we'll spend a lot of games there too. But for New Hampshire here, they're just 11-16 against the spread as an underdog. Bryant went 11-11 against the spread as a favorite. They beat them by 19 points as 15-point favorites on the road. In their meeting back in January. All right, let's see what you guys have here in New Hampshire. I'm trying to save my voice here a little bit. All right, here we go, New Hampshire and Bryant. In this one, I think I know what I'm doing, but let's see what you guys have here. This has long been a Bryant series. They've kind of dominated. They've kind of owned this series here for sure. Has Bryant. Now, these are back on conference sites. So Bryant has won 9 of their last 10 games against conference opposition. New Hampshire 4-12 against the spread on the road. So still huge number here if you can stomach it. But I've got to go over in this one with New Hampshire and Bryant at 151.5. Give me the over here with these two. And let's see here, New Hampshire for Jerry. All right. I think that's going to do it in that one. We'll keep it going in the America East with Lowell taking on Maine. Here, Maine, a 3-point favorite in this one. It's down to 2, and the total 144 here. So definitely a move here to Lowell and the under. There we go. All right. Yeah, Lowell definitely took the steam here. And I say the move is to the under. The steam actually came in early on the over, but clearly moving lower here now with the total down to 144 from a high of 146 in this one. So see what you have here with Lowell taking on Maine. Both teams come in 17 and 13 right now. In the regular season, Lowell went 6-9 in conference play. Meanwhile, Maine went 9-6 in conference play. Lowell won their season finale over Binghamton 79-53 to easily cover. They covered 3 out of their last 4 games. Meanwhile, Maine was not playing well towards the end of the season. They weren't covering anything. They are on a long non-cover streak here at this point. So I don't know if Maine necessarily is to be trusted here. Maybe long term you could point to a few factors that could indicate that Maine, they've won, certainly a lot of home games here this season. They went 8-3 straight up at home, and they do have to cover a little bit of a number here, but they hadn't been covering anything here of late. Meanwhile, for Lowell, they are just 1-6 straight up as an underdog. 3-9 straight up on the road. Can Maine get healthy enough in time here in this one? Now, Maine won the only regular season meeting. It was 86-85. Maine did get the win on the road. Remember, both teams finished over 500 for the regular season. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here with the matchup between Massachusetts, Lowell, and Maine. All right, here we go. It's going to be it's Bryant's senior day. Bryant knew they were going to make the conference tournament and play at home. That's crazy. I mean, how could you do that? What if they had to play on the road and they didn't get a chance to celebrate senior day? Jerry's on Maine here. Robert's on the under. I'm on the under. Give me the under here with Lowell and Maine. I think the clear move to the under here is really what's triggered it for me. But all right, Jerry says he likes Maine at home. Robert's on Maine as well. All right. Let's go to the game we just talked about here with Binghamton taking on, and what's going on here? We've got to fire the graphics man, calling him Binghamton. Bad job by the graphics man. There we go. I don't know what he was thinking. It's 8.5, 138 here right now. A little bit of a move to the over on that widely reported steam. In fact, it's 139 juice to the under at Bet Online right now. So 8.5, 138.5 might be the general line here between NJIT and Binghamton. NJIT went just 5-25 straight up this year. They're on a long losing streak again. They did go 10-7 against the spread on the road, but Binghamton, obviously, the way they kind of rolled through things here right now against the spread, 8-2 against the spread at home. They're covering everything pretty much. Now, they did lose to Lowell in the season finale by 26 points. A little bit of a stumble there for sure, but they were covering several games in a row before that. Binghamton finished very, very strong against the spread. They still have to lay a pretty big number here, but NJIT's been, pretty bad. Just went 2-13 in conference play. They did lose by just 4 points in the meeting back in February. It was the only regular season meeting, but Binghamton was only favored by 2.5 points in that one. So Not much respect there. They only won it by 4, interestingly enough. Now, it was on the road. It was at NJIT, so maybe that's part of it as well. Remember, this is a home game here in this one. All right, let's go to the chat here. Binghamton. Here we go with J-Dub says he's got Lowell in that one. And so did JW, but maybe nothing. Oh, Jerry, did I mess up here? And am I on the regular season games here a little bit? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Season finale. You guys set me straight on that one. I wonder why I did that. Let me see what's going on. I apologize, everybody, for the screw up here. What have I done here? Okay. Oh, I just had them as extra board games. Okay, let me fix that. Here I was getting all excited. It was right above the Patriot League game, so I really screwed this up. I'm going to need 30 seconds here, actually. Thank you, Jer. I know, Jerry, you'd take it if I was you would trick me to go into more in-depth to extra board game.
Playing.
Okay. All right. Let's move on, shall we? Let me get the horizon in here. My board is a mess over here all of a sudden. Okay. Here we go. All right, there we go. Horizon League action with Wisconsin, Green Bay, and Oakland. Now I'm on track. All right, Oakland comes in here with a 14-7 mark. Green Bay comes in 4-27. Like I said, Green Bay, if anything, maybe they've played a little bit better of late. They've covered a bunch of games in a row right now. Maybe this was their secret all along. They're on a long cover streak here at this point. Maybe because everyone's kind of got wind of how bad Green Bay was, and now all of a sudden teams are favored by too many points. Oakland just played Green Bay the other night, right? Let me make sure. That was a regular season game. I know that. 87-84. Green Bay got the money. Green Bay already took the steam in this one, moved from 11.5 down to 10 here at this point, 10-145. So let's update that. We got to go to 10 here. There we go. 10-145 in this one with Wisconsin, Green Bay, and Oakland. Doesn't feel like, Green Bay, make fun of them all you want, but, they've been hanging in there every time. And the Horizon League is a neutral site tournament. They're playing these games in Rochester, Michigan. So, granted, maybe that's a little bit closer for Oakland, but still a neutral court here in this one. Green Bay on that roll here. Oakland has gone over in 9 of their 14 games as a favorite. The first meeting was won by Oakland 68-54, but that was a push. So, all right, here you go. Help me out, everybody. Robert likes the under here. And one more here. Let's see here. Jerry says Green Bay. He said, Jerry says Oakland maybe will smash here in this one. Oh, okay. I was thinking just the other. I was ready to start coming in on Green Bay one last time and this season. I saw last game and they won the game, and they or not the Oakland game, but the game against Detroit last week, and they were giving Coach Gottlieb the game ball, and they were all applauding him. What a great season. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm taking Green Bay here, of course. Give me Green Bay. They've been the moneymakers here of late. I'll take the Fighting Phoenix in this one. All right. Oh, JW, I just screwed up. I had these, for some reason on my screen, I wasn't looking at the actual turn, the actual like the Ken Palm or anything. I was just looking at the Don Best screen, and the 4 games were together underneath the extra board. They were the only extra board games, and I just took it for granted that they were tournament games because they were set in a separate block of games. So I'm really screwed up, and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for myself. They should suspend me here for this. So I skipped the last game despite my handicap because it's a long show, and I screwed that up. Maybe that's what it was, Thomas. I was just going through the motions there a little bit. Okay, so give me Green Bay. Detroit and Northern Kentucky here in this one. You got Northern Kentucky, the Norse, favored by 12.5 here in this one, and the total 138.5 with NKU coming in 16-15. The Titans are 8-23. NKU's on a 4-game winning streak to finish the season here, covering 3 times along the way. Detroit, meanwhile, they're on a losing streak here for sure, finishing off probably as one of the worst teams in the country, actually, the way it's going here right now. Now, granted, NKU is one of the worst spread teams in the country at 10-21, but all of a sudden, they're on a little bit of a roll here right now. Still going to be tough to want to maybe consider laying 12.5 points with these guys at this point. But let's see if you're interested here with Detroit and Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky is 5-10 to the under as a favorite. Detroit's 12-15 to the under as an underdog. And for me, I'm going to end up on the over here in this one with Northern Kentucky and Detroit at 140.5 right now, right? At least I got to update that here. 13.5, 140.5. Let's put the right number up since it is, after all, my play. Give me the tough line. I've got the over with Detroit and Northern Kentucky at 140.5. All right, here we go. Next up,
Goalies.
yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I see that. Thomas is on Detroit. JW on NKU. Thank you, Oldie. Yeah, but what was I thinking? And I've done so much work on these conference tournaments a little bit too, and I got each sheet has their own thing, and I didn't even think twice about it. I thought I was in tournament mode here with them. Okay. And Jerry likes the over with me with Detroit and NKU. All right, we got one more here, and then we got a couple more also. Don't forget here. Okay, IU Indianapolis and Wright State. We talked about this one. Steam came in on Wright State, and Steam came in on the under here in this one. Wright State 14-17. They're the 8 seed. IU Indianapolis 10-21. They are the 9 seed here. And for Wright State, they are 3-6-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. They're just 9-7 straight up as a favorite. IU Indianapolis 5-19 straight up as an underdog coming into this one. These two teams met back on March 1st, and it was IU Indianapolis winning and covering at home as a 3.5-point dog. Right one at home back in February by 18 points as a 10-point favorite. So the home teams were able to get the wins here in this one. Wright State had been winning the games in this series. IU Indianapolis has gone over in 8 of their last 10 games overall. And it says at on the screen. These all should be versus. So see, not perfect. Got to get these right here. So to right. right? You bloody well right. All right. Let's get the picks out and wrap up this show. For me, I feel pretty confident about this one, actually. And I want to take Wright State. Kind of want to take him as a premium, but I'm going to go ahead and lay Wright State here, minus these big points here. It says 8.5, but it's 9 pretty much everywhere. So give me Wright State in this one. All right, a couple more here right now, and then the show will be over. Holy Cross and Lafayette. Now, I know this is a tournament game, too. We're in the Patriot League here with Lafayette favored by 6.5. The total here, 138.5. We talked about the steam that kind of came in there a little bit, right? On the over in this one with Holy Cross on the road here. I think these are now you got me second guessing myself. Make sure these aren't tournament games, neutral sites here. Yeah, okay. These are being played in Easton, Pennsylvania. So, all right. Lafayette, the 7 seed here. Holy Cross, the 10 seed. Holy Cross has lost 3 straight games coming into this one. Lafayette's been a little bit of a better cover. They are 18-12 against the spread so far this season. Holy Cross has gone over in 15 of 25 games as an underdog coming into this one. The two teams met back on February 19th at Holy Cross. Holy Cross won that one 74-69 as a 2.5-point dog. Meanwhile, Lafayette won their home battle this season 82-65, blowing out Holy Cross in that one. So let's see what you got here, if anything, with Holy Cross and Lafayette. That move to the over. I'm going over for sure as my play. Give me the over with Holy Cross and Lafayette. Jerry laid it with Wright. Robert went under in that. I believe that was in the Wright game there. JW with IU Indianapolis, still calling it IUPUI. There you go, a little old school there. And Jerry said Holy Cross, maybe, I don't know. And Robert likes Holy Cross here in that one. I think I've got one more lined up here. Tournament play with. I would have previewed more games if I'd have known I was going to screw it up. I would have thrown a few extra games on here, I think. Maybe we can find a couple more. I owe you guys. Lehigh and Loyola, Maryland here in this one with Loyola, Maryland favored by 3.5 now. 3.5 now. Remember, we talked about the steam came in at 1.5. It's now, and then we said it went to 2.5. It's now pretty much 3 or even 3.5 at this point. And the total here, 140.5, but 3.5 right now at DraftKings. It is juiced to Lehigh, but still, big move on Loyola, Maryland here for sure coming into this one. All right, for Loyola, Maryland here, they are 4-8 against the spread as a favorite. Lehigh 9-7 against the spread. As an underdog. Loyola, Maryland's been an over team this season, 18-10 to the over, but Lehigh 6-10 to the under as an underdog coming into this one. The two teams met back on January 18th, and Lehigh won at home 76-60. They got the money there. They also covered at home. Let me get it right. They covered it. They blew out Lehigh at Lehigh by 16 points. They also covered at home, laid 2.5, and they won by 6 in that one. I hope I didn't screw that one up too much. Maybe I am a little fatigued here, but I'm going to take Loyola, Maryland. I can't. I wanted to go premium. I guess I could have. I like them here to take care of this one, but I'll take them here in this matchup. Look, I figure this one's probably going to be a high-scoring game, and I think it'll probably make my card there, maybe on the total. But give me Loyola, Maryland here since I have to lay the extra points here right now. Thomas, who is on Lehigh. And Jerry said, I don't know if he's taking him or if he's just correcting me on the line there. Oh, he says maybe some 4s out there. Robert likes the under here, and I think I'm going over, but Robert and I don't disagree too often. The show's over. I should just leave at this point. Thanks for putting up with me today. All right. That'll do it here. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Let's do the drawing and get back to the old drawing board here. Hey, get my best plays over at winnable.com. I'll have plenty of plays today over at Winnable, especially in college basketball. Probably going to have at least 10 to 12 games in my college basketball pack, so please consider subscribing over at winnable.com/Ramon to get my plays here today. Let's do the drawing here and see who's going to win the consensus draw. Here we go for our plays. All right. We'll let Thomas, he's updating him here. Oh, Jerry says he is going with Lehigh. Abel said over in that San Diego State game, despite the steam that came in there. Thank you, Abel. Thank you, Zoe. Spoons, thank you for being here today. Thank you for stopping by. All right. Here we go. Thomas, it's a big one. We've got Houston, Knicks, Milwaukee, Lakers, Tampa Bay, Bulls are in there. Wow. Who's going to win the opportunity for this big parlay, huh? Let's do the drawing. Cash, Sub, Joe, Nuke, Bill, Irish, AOD, Aubrey, Zoe, B-Money Sports, Money, AOD, James Farm, Terrell, and Nicholas, Andy, and Abel. It's Abel. He wins. Abel with that big, giant, ugly Dodger. Oh, sorry, Abel. I love you. But you do have a Dodger thing in your avatar there. I don't like that, but I like you. Good luck today to Abel. I hope he wins that big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 teamer, whatever. All right. Spoon says, check that Vermont here. Maybe that's why we see that move Albany today. There, he says, man, an Achilles injury. That sounds devastating here for Vermont and their big man there. Oh, no, the guard. Who would that be? I would imagine, it's got to be Bogues or Hurley. Okay, thanks everybody for the show. Appreciate it. Abel and I are SoCal all the way. Spoons, thank you so much. Let's put this up there from Spoons. Doing a great job right now. Yeah, Bogues, thank you. Thank you, Spoons. All right. Appreciate it, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. More morning steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Mikey Money around today with pre-gaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific time today. You'll get you ready for the prime time action here. Oh, let me get myself into the right screen here. There we go. He'll bring you the prime time action today. Also, he told me that the rugby preview is already out from Dan and his analyst today as well. And hey, join me at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. In just 2 hours from now, we'll have our UFC preview with VB MMA picks as we get ready for this weekend's card from Las Vegas as light heavyweights go at it here with champion Alex Pereira going up against Magomed Ankalaev, the Dagestani light heavyweight championship this week in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. VB MMA picks brought to you by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. We'll also preview 3 other fights with VB and his analyst. It'll be up on the page if you miss it live at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific here on the Sports Money Network. VB MMA picks. Previewing those fights. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Appreciate it. Be back at you tomorrow here for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to